Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist, one, two, and all in between. This is for the absolute positive, good God and truth of your lives, only crossing infinitely bigger and better here and now, alive and well forevermore. Jesus said, all who know the interpretations of these sayings will not experience death. At the smallest length of all creation of existence is just the Planck length of existence. And it's only a circuit of energy, one more positive than all negativity. When it adds up, it makes quark energy. And this quark energy, when it adds up, it only does it one more positive than all negativity that would not have it here and now, to make protons and neutrons. Okay, and when these protons and neutrons add up with the electron field of them, which is all the energy of the Planck length of existence that did not end up more positive than negative as quark energy, right? It makes indestructible atoms, and I'll explain, okay? Inside all atoms' creation of existence is protons and neutrons, okay? Now, the protons are 2 up quarks, 1 down quark of energy, and they're only here and now more positive than anything negative that would not have them here and now, and it's the neutral nothing of them. And the neutrons are only 2 down quarks and 1 up quark of energy, and they're only here and now more positive than anything negative of them. Okay, the electron field, right, is everything of existence, right, that has not harnessed its energy to the reality check of protons and neutrons, okay? And it is the Planck length energy just unhoused to the reality of quarks, protons, and neutrons, okay? And on the outside of every atom is an electron field. And what that means is everything that isn't matter, that isn't your matter, puts off its own energy to the reality check of the matter of it. And depending on how you absorb that energy, right, which is either one more positive or one more negative to the good truth of your shape, form, and mass, right, your atoms crossing and bonding is depending on how this energy affects you by polarity, okay? Now, on the inside of the atom is protons and neutrons again, and the protons again, right, are the positive energy, the bigger, better energy than all negative neutronic energy, right? And the neutron isn't neutral, it's the soul and the matter of you, right? And it's always negatively deficient of being a proton. It cannot sustain its own energy. So if you know this, right, then you know to only always cross more positive than negative. It's the only way you can add up, stay, or be good as truth to the reality check of your shape, form, and mass here and now. All atoms' creation of existence only bond 2 or more Christ-like, 1 more positive than all negativity about them, okay? To make the good truth of God of every shape, form, mass you can think of, not to exclude every dimension of time and space you can think of. It's the faith of nothing, and not to exclude every dimension of the shape, form, and mass of God you can think of, okay? And the reason why I say it's the faith of nothing is because when you know to cross more positive than negative, right, that will only add you up good as truth, right? What do you need faith for? You don't. And in reality, right, if you don't know that, right, all you have is faith. And all faith is only negatively deficient of always crossing you more positive to be good as truth. And it's the incarnate devilish hills of all people, places, and things, of all God, truth, reality check, not only crossing more positive than negative. And in body of a man or a woman, right, it makes us act like animals, less than what we are, good as truth to our shape, form, and mass, only being here and now, right? Infinitely only crossing bigger and better, because you can tell an animal all day, good boy, bad boy, sit, stay. They'll understand basic commands, but they will never understand to only go do something more positive than the negatives of them. It's the only way they can add up, stay, or be good as truth, right, to the absolute bigger, better of their shape, form, mass, here and now, alive and well. And nobody with faith, right, can fully comprehend that, because they state that things cross bad, evil, and sinful, and it's just a lie of articulation on all mankind, all God, truth, reality check. And in reality check, every time you crisscross with faith, right, you state less than what is good as truth, because to state good as truth is only one more positive than all negativity, from the plank length of existence on out to the reality check of all atom matter you are. And this whole creation of existence is a more positive existence, created here and now, bigger and better than all negativity that would not have us here and now. So when you go against that with faith, right, you're going against the matrix and the binding fiber of your whole existence, from the smallest plank length of it all the way out to the biggest particles creation of existence that could ever be created. Because in reality check, right, I don't care if it's one atom, right, or mountain of atoms, if it's more positive than negative in this universe and this creation of existence, right, it's bigger and better than all negativity, and it cannot be destroyed. Okay? But if not, right, and it's stated by a man or a woman, it's only stated with faith, fully blind and undefined, with lesser knowledge, right, that is no good as truth to the reality check of it. And like I said in other videos, if you plug a plug into the wall, right, the male positive better outweigh anything female negative about that plug, right? The proton energy better outweigh anything negatively neutronic about that plug, or you could possibly burn your house down, or you won't have enough energy to sustain, okay? And this is what you do to your body when you don't only cross more positive than negative with faith, okay? Because your faith, right, is always less than that, right? And you're always, when you apply with faith, you're either always burning yourself out negatively, or you won't have enough energy to sustain. You're half male and you're half female. Only cross more positive than all negativity, more male than any female negativity about you, right? To the reality check of your matter. It's the only way you can add up, stay, or be good as true. To be more positive than negative, again, is the only way anybody of anything, anywhere, can add up, stay, or be good as truth consistently, only to an absolute bigger, better here and now of them. Jesus did not die for the hallucinations of your faith. Jesus was not the faith of you. He was the good God and truth of you. He only set the example that never dies with his life, one that was more positive than all negativity, good as the truth of God of his life. And when they put him on the cross, the thief believed, right? And he bonded with Jesus. The only way you can bond out good as truth with anybody of anything more positive than any negativity. And he stowed his life back, him and the thief, from that fool who hung his life out to the absolute of all things negative, the one nothing of the good truth of his shape, form, mass, here and now, and all them fools that put him on the cross. The thief was the one who rode back to the tomb, and Mary seen, and sent Jesus on his rightful, truthful way, alive and well, right? And she gave him a kiss once he told her where he went. She said, "Have you seen Jesus?" He said, "I released him from the tomb. He went that way," right? You can't kill something more positive than negative. That is the good God and truth of it. She seen the thief shining like an angel. She kissed him and called him an angel. She said, "You're an angel. Thank you." And that's how this story went. And every time you crisscross with faith, again, stating that the world around you, the people, places, and things of you cross bad, evil, and sinful, right? You incarnate the she, he, shafting devil of you. See, I'm going to show you something, like I've stated in other videos. If that proton, right, doesn't always overwhelm the neutrons of you, right, with a man or a woman, right, it's only because of the faith of you, because all else is only crossing more positive than the negatives of them. The faith is nothing, because they know that is the good God and truth of them. So the faith of them is nothing, okay? And in reality, when you don't overwhelm the neutrons of you always more positive than negative, they become slightly radioactive, right? And because of this, right, you incarnate the she, he, shafting devil of all people, places, and things with the stated bad, evil, sinful articulation of you and your leadership. And it is the decay and disintegration of your matter, eventually to one neutral nothing of you, just infinitely negative of you here and now with the devilish hells of you. And just like on the outside of an atom, when a neutron isn't stabilized more positive and protonic, especially in a neutron star, right, it flickers and it pulsates with energy. And over a volume of time, right, it collapses into a black hole abyss. Now, sometimes this takes billions and billions and billions of years, right? But it happens. And in reality check, you're built just like that neutron star. And when you're not stabilized more protonic than anything negatively neutronic about your matter, you're flickering with faith from good to bad. From good to bad. Not one way, but two ways. You state that the world is bad, evil, and sinful, and that someday you will die like an old dumb animal. But in reality check, right, if you state your matter, which is all the neutrons of you, because the neutrons are the soul and the matter of you, and the positive protonic energy is the good spirit of God of you, right? If you only state your matter more positive than negative, you can only add up, stay, and be good as truth. And in reality check, not one thing creation applied to the here and now existence of all God, truth, reality check. You can check it out for yourself. Any people, places, or things ever crossed to one nothing of the here and now of them by being more positive than negative. The only thing that crosses to one nothing by being more positive than negative is the negative. It's the absolute one nothing of it. See, all things negative with negativity only deduct on themselves to one nothing of them here and now. And again, the state of one more positive than negative is the only light, joy, warmth, good God or truth, holy with spirit, all of all will ever know or be. It's the only state all of all in body of atom matter evolved is stated good to the truth of God, their shape, form, mass, only crossing to an absolute bigger, better here and now of reality check with the buildings, trees, you, me, everybody of everything, creation applied one to the here and now existence of all, God, truth, reality check. The only God you will ever know, the only good of God you will ever know, will only be more positive than anything negative about you, man, as the good God and truth of you to the absolute bigger, better here and now of you alive and well, okay? And you're only here and now more positive than anything negative about you, good as the truth of God of your life, only crossing to an absolute bigger, better if you only state that rightful, truthful way with all you are of existence, a more positive existence than anything negative about it that would not have you here and now, okay? And again, it's the only way any prayers are answered more positive than negative, right? As the here and now of them. It's the only way any miracles happen. It's the only way any dreams come true. And it's the only heavenly abode or paradise you will ever know or be in. All else, right, is like that neutron star. Over a volume of time and extremes, collapsing into a black hole abyss of their matter, just infinitely negative of them here and now, alive and well, good as the truth of God of them, right? With the devilish hells of them forevermore, infinitely forevermore. All things creation of existence is either more positive than anything negative, right? infinitely about them, or more negative, right, than anything positive infinitely about them, to the absolute of them, right? And in reality check, right, if you don't know to always state more positive, right, than anything negative, right, you're just infinitely negative for it. And that is a fact of God check. No good is truth, because the only way you can add up, state, or be good as truth is to always know to articulate back more positive than anything negative about you. If the sun didn't shine more positive than anything negative about the earth, no life as we know it, as far as mankind, could keep existing. If you don't shine more positive than anything negative about your life can't keep existing. At one time, the earth was a true sister reflection of the Son of God, of all I am, the good God and truth of Jesus Christ, of all I am. One more positive with pyramids all over all, right? At every point in time and space, the bigger and better of all negativity, holy with the Spirit of God, good as the truth of God, of the Adam man evolved, of all I am. But the earth, again, was he shafted by a snake god devil, right? And this snake god devil is incarnate God of everything mankind states. If it states less than what's one more positive, always to be good as truth. Because in reality check, the good God and truth of you, right, is only more positive than anything negative about it. Because it could not be no God any other way. And in reality check, any God that states you any other way, right, is the incarnate he shafting devil of your faith. And that's why when Adam, right, took on the faith of Eve, it was a snake on the matter of us to the present day, right? And it was a snake on his life and her life, right? And their children's life, right? For 930 years till he died of it. And then he cursed all humanity with the faith of the devil, the fools of us, right? Because I don't care what God you state with, right? If that God doesn't state you as a child of God, as a seed of God, as the seeds of God, bigger and better than all negativity that could destroy you, it's no kind of God, it's no kind of Father, it's no kind of good God and truth of you, because it's not more positive than negative for you always. And that is a fact of God check. From the full thief man, God, King, incarnate out, Father, Son, and thief, and Holy Spirit, of all mankind's negativity to one neutral nothing I am. The full thief man, God, King, Adamus, evolved, of all I am. God, truth, a reality check. Peace.